Hello everyone, my name is Martin. I am Finley and Ishbel's granddad and I'm reading from England on a very, very wet, blowy Sunday afternoon. Today's story is called The Cursed Necklace. Akhil and Nima lived in ancient Egypt. One hot day they went to fetch water from the river Nile with their dog Peppy. Suddenly Peppy ran over to a nearby bush and started digging in the sand. "What can you smell, boy?" Nima asked. "It's probably a bone," Akhil said, "or a smelly old sandal," Nima added, wrinkling her nose. But Peppy didn't dig up a bone or a smelly sandal. He dug up a leather pouch. "What's that?" Nima frowned. They walked to the bush and sat down in the shade. Nima opened the pouch. So they walked to the bush and they're just about to open the pouch. Inside was an intricate beaded necklace with falcon-shaped clasps. Nima and Akhil gasped. They'd never seen anything so beautiful. "It looks very expensive," Akhil frowned. "I wonder where it was buried under a bush." "Maybe someone dropped it when they were resting in the shade," Nima said. "It's very hot today." "Probably," Akhil agreed. "We should return it to its owner." Nima nodded. "Let's go to the market and see if anyone is looking for a lost necklace." She slid the necklace back into its pouch. As they walked through the bustling market, Nima's mouth watered. The food smelled amazing. "How many loaves of bread do you think we could get in exchange for our necklace?" Nima wondered, hungrily. Akhil frowned. "It isn't our necklace to swap," he said. "Finders keepers," Nima argued, pulling the necklace out of its pouch. "Whoever lost it is clearly rich anyway." "No," Akhil said, snatching the necklace. "It's not ours to trade. Besides, I saw it first." "No, you didn't," Nima cried, grabbing it. "Hey!" a man shouted suddenly. "That's my necklace. You found it." A big hairy man pushed through the crowds towards them. "I'm glad we can return it to you," Akhil said, smiling. "Give it back to him, Nima." But Nima frowned. The hairy man didn't look rich. Why would he have an expensive necklace? "Where did you lose it?" Nima asked. There's the man there. Can you see him? Big hairy man with a beard. "Beneath some bushes near the river," the man said, glowering by the Sphinx. Okay," Nima sighed. She passed him the necklace, but just then a guard walked by. "Stop, thief!" the guard cried suddenly, pointing at Nima's hands. "That's Tutankhamun's stolen necklace." "What?" Nima gasped. "I didn't steal the necklace. I found it and was just returning it to its owner." She pointed at the hairy man, but he disappeared into the crowd. "Oh, really?" said the guard. "You were returning it to Tutankhamun's coffin in his tomb, were you?" "What do you mean?" Nima asked, turning pale. "They say anyone who steals from a tomb is cursed. And you, in your case, it's true," the guard said, grabbing the necklace. "I'm arresting you for tomb robbery." There's the guard arresting them. "But we didn't steal it," Akhil cried. "Our dog dug it up." "I don't believe you," the guard said. "You're both coming with me." He tried to grab Nima and Akhil, but Peppy jumped up and grabbed the necklace and ran away. "Hey, stop thieves!" the guard yelled as Akhil and Nima ducked, dodged, and disappeared into the crowds. Akhil, Nima and Peppy sprinted out of the market, along the river and all the way home. Running along their river there, just hiding in their house. "We made it," Nima puffed. "But we left our water behind." "Oh no," Akhil panted. "We can't go back. The guards will arrest us for tomb robbery." "But we didn't steal anything," Nima sighed. "How can we prove we're innocent?" "We can't," Akhil said, "but we can give the necklace back to its owner. Maybe that will be enough." Nima rolled her eyes. "Akhil, that big hairy man is not the necklace's owner. He must have stolen it from Tutankhamun's tomb." "That's what I mean," Akhil said. "We need to give the necklace back to its real owner, Tutankhamun." Nima stared at him, wide-eyed. "You mean?" Akhil nodded gravely. "We need to put it back in Tutankhamun's tomb before anything else goes wrong." As Akil and Nima hurried to the tomb, their luck got worse and worse. First, Nima trod on a snake and almost got bitten. Then Akil almost walked straight into a guard. Then, when they finally reached the tomb, they couldn't find the way in. This is hopeless, Akil sighed, sinking down onto the hot sand. There must be an entrance somewhere. Nima frowned, looking round. The big hairy robber found a way in. Suddenly, Peppy started digging behind a large boulder. Oh no, hope he's not digging up more treasure, Akil cried. I hope he is, Nima said excitedly. Maybe Peppy can find a way in. There he is, just digging. Sure enough, as Peppy dug, the boulder rolled away, revealing a hole in the ground. Look, Nima cried, it's a way into the tomb. Akil gulped as he stared at the long, dark staircase. Oh, you first. No, you first, Nima argued. Suddenly, Peppy scampered past them both. Woof, woof! Nima and Ali looked at each other. We never usually argue that much, Akil said. It must be the curse. Nima nodded. I can't wait for this to be over. She took Akil's hand. Let's go down together. Together, Akil agreed. Carefully, they lit a torch and made their way down the long, dark tunnel. There they're going down the tunnel. Ouch! Nima cried as she tripped on a rock. Her voice echoed creepily in the darkness, and dust rained down on them from the roof. Careful, Akil warned. They say tombs are booby-trapped. What? Nima squealed. Then let's just drop the necklace, find Peppy, and get out of here as quickly as possible. No! Akil shook his head. We have to put the necklace back on Tutankhamun's coffin. As they walked on, torchlight flickered over the golden animals, jewellery, statues and baskets of food, but no coffin. Just then they heard Peppy bark. Come on, Akil said. The burial chamber must be just a bit further inside. I hope we don't get lost, Nima whispered. As they edged their way through a doorway, they gasped. The chamber walls were covered in gold and decorated with hundreds of pictures, and there, in the middle of the room, was an enormous gold coffin. Woof! Peppy barked at the coffin. Is that where Tutankhamun's body is? Nima whispered nervously. Akil nodded. I'll go and put the necklace back. Nima's hand shook as she passed it to Akil. There, he said, replacing it. He sighed with relief. It's all over. Oh, no, it isn't, said a deep voice behind them. It was the big, hairy man. The big, hairy man walked slowly towards them. Peppy barked. Boo! The man yelled back. Peppy whined and scampered past them out of the chamber. Give me the necklace, the man demanded. No, Akil said. You have to leave it here. It's cursed. Cursed? Ha! The man laughed, snatching the necklace. There's no such thing as curses. The only bad luck I've had is you kids digging up the necklace from my hiding place where I stole it in the first time. Suddenly there was a loud rumble and a statue near the door fell over with an enormous crash. Everyone screamed. It's the curse, Akil wailed. It's a booby trap, Nima squealed. No, it's a guard, the hairy man cried. Sure enough, everyone turned to see the guard and Peppy. Woof, woof, Peppy barked. The hairy man turned pale. Then he smiled. Thank goodness you're here, guard, he cried. I followed these kids and found them trying to steal more treasures from the tomb. That's not true, Akil yelled. He's the robber, not us, Nima insisted. You caught those kids with the necklace earlier in the market, the hairy man said, smiling. You know they're thieves, not me. Akil and Nima looked at each other nervously. How could they make the guard believe them? You're coming with me, the guard said sternly. He stepped towards them. And there's the guard. But instead of arresting Akil and Nima, the guard grabbed the big hairy man. You believe us, Akil gasped. When I heard your dog barking and saw you go into the tomb, I followed you down here thinking I'd catch you stealing again. But then I heard everything that this man just said, and he glared at the hairy man. and he tied his hands together and led them all out of the tomb. I know that he stole the necklace and buried it, and you two accidentally dug it up and tried to return it to its owner. You're telling the truth all along, and I'm sorry I didn't believe you before. That's okay, Nima Smart. I'm just glad you believe us now, and I'm glad to be out of that creepy tomb. There's the man arrested and the guard. And I'm glad Tutankhamun has finally got his necklace back, Akil grinned. And no one's cursed anymore. Woof, woof, Peppy barked happily, digging in the sand. No, Peppy, no, stop, Nima and Akil cried. Don't dig up any more cursed treasure. But Peppy kept digging and found a smelly old sandal. Oh, Peppy, everyone laughed. The end. And there's Peppy. Hope you enjoyed that. Bye-bye.